Okay, so this is just going to be a quick little video about how to explain the meaning of things in context. So when I say explain the meaning of something in context of the problem, I need words, right? Words make a story, and not just any words. It's not, the words I'm not looking for are like input, output, because you can say that about this statement. If you put 4 into machine T, you get 110 out. That's not a false statement. That's true. If the input of 4 goes into T, the output will be 110. That's a nice little statement. The problem is it doesn't give me what I'm looking for. This is not explaining the meaning in context of the problem. That actually explains the meaning outside of the context of the problem. Because when I say context of the problem, I mean you have to tell me about how these numbers relate to the story that I've given you. So if we read the story, it says that Jared starts a savings account for college and plans on depositing the same amount of money into the account each month. The equation models the relationship between the total amount of money in his account, T of M, and the amount deposited each month. So M stands for the month. So whenever you get these types of questions where it gives you this sentence, there's no math involved here. You don't have to do anything with these numbers. You have to explain the numbers. So the first thing I would do is I would just try to match something. So if you notice, this 4 looks like it's in place of this M here. So what that tells me is that 4 represents M. So now the question is, well, what word do we associate with that? And that M stands for the month. So that 4 must represent the months. So then that must mean what the rest of the story about, which is Jared and his savings account. So that must be the money. So if I was going to explain the meaning of this, what I would say is in 4 months. So the first thing I've done is I've used the number and I've explained what that number means in words related to the story. So it's not about 4 coins. It's not about 4 ladybugs. It's about 4 months. And we know that, again, that M is the months. It said so right here. So in 4 months, the story is about Jared, and he has $110. And again, what am I doing? I'm taking the 110, which was one of the numbers, and using a word, and in this case, I'm just using a symbol to represent the word money, right? So I'm using the 4 and the 110, and I'm giving them meaning. All right, so that's literally all I'm looking for, is just explain the 4 and the 10. You have to use both of those numbers in the explanation. And then you might have a question like, find the value. I'm changing this slightly, so don't look at the original problem. Find the value of T if T of M equals 155. Now I'm asking you a different question. Find the value. Value means number. So find me a number of T. Oops, that's just supposed to say M. Sorry. Ignore. Find the value of M if T of M equals 155. So I'm just going to copy that a little bit bigger over here so you can see the statement. T of M equals 155. That was the question. And it says, find the value of M. Okay, so if you remember, in function notation, this is the input, this is the output. Input, output, input, output. So the question's really asking, find the value of M. That's the input. What do I have to put into this machine so 155 comes out? That's literally the question. What has to go in so 155 comes out? So I'm going to go to the equation machine. So that's back in the story. And again, what's the question? The question is, what do we have to put in? And again, the input's always in parentheses. What does the M have to be so that I get 155 out? So we can do this in lots of different ways. The first easiest way probably is just a guess. Like, what do I have to put in place of M? So let's just see what happens if I put in maybe like 10. So if I replace the M with 10, 15, make the M be 10. So if I put 15 and 10 together, I'm going to get 150. 150 plus 50 is 200. So 10 went in, 200 came out. That's too high. I need 155 to come out. So maybe let's just go a little bit smaller. Let's just say 10 is not supposed to go in. Let's just say 5. So if I tried to put 5 in this machine, the way that I put it in the machine is I just replace the M with it. 15 times 5, let me see. 10 times 5 is 50, 50 and 25, so I think that's 75. So 75 plus 50 is 125. I wanted 155 to come out, so this is too low. So 10 went in, gave me 200, too high. 5 went in, too low. So now I'm going to go between 10 and 5 probably. I'm going to guess it's probably 7. There's other ways to do this that are a little bit more efficient, but that's okay. We're just learning, so we're taking our time. So again, the question is, what has to go into the machine to get 155 out? I'm going to guess that 7 has to go into the machine. The way that 7 goes into machine there is that the 7 replaces M. So 15 and 7, that's 70 plus 25 is 95. 95. 95 plus 50 is 155. So don't forget to answer the question. What had to go in? 7. And if it says explain the meaning, and again, 7 was the M, so you have T of 7 is 155. 7 had to go into machine T to get 155 out. But remember, what does this mean? 7 represents the months. 155 is the money. So if I said to you, what does that mean? The sentence I'm looking for would be is if Jared saved for 7 months, he would make $155. Or it took 7 months for him to make that money. All right, I hope that helps.